Now it's time to go back in time.
Oh, I was so excited to walk into the clubhouse. This is the Oakland Athletics NBA referee right here. Steve is Vogt.
Every time we got to bring him in, Yeah. Got to get real close. You can't let anybody see what you're saying, so you got to talk just like this. From here, I can go charge, I can go block, and I can go straight up in the air.
Yeah.
White, 1-5. Block, 1. Subs.
This is a professional athlete doing this. This is just absolutely unbelievable.
We just went back in time
to see one of the more legendary moments in the history of intentional talk. 8 years ago, this man introduced himself to this show and the world. And now we are about to have to say goodbye to Stephen Vogt, the player. But we say hello to him first. Stephen, you know we love you here. We know we love you. What does IT mean to you?
Well, first of all, thanks for having me back. Those 2 times I got to come on early with, the ref with Johnny Gomes. I'll never forget it because obviously I was a huge Chris Rose fan, huge Kevin Millar fan, and just a fan of the show in general. And Johnny Gomes gave me about 45 minutes to prepare for that. And he said, hey, you're doing this. And it kind of helped me, break out of my shell. I had to do a little improv. I had to, I didn't have a whole lot of time to prepare. And so just getting to come on, occasionally throughout the years and just to be a part of this show and obviously getting to see those videos, it never ceases to not make me smile with the great memories that you and this show have provided for me.
Oh, dude, and before we go on any further, I want you to listen to this because we have a special guest.
What's up, Stephen Vogt? As I sit here in my reclining chair and reflect on my career and some of the ups, some of the downs, and some of my challenging moments that I had in my career, and I'd say one thing that really sticks out was how to make a backup catcher a starting catcher and how to make a backup catcher a starting catcher and famous. I mean, no batting gloves, pine tar all over the place. Stellar body. How do we get that guy famous? Well, bud, I think we did it. Congratulations, bro. Hell of a career, hell of a ride.
What do you have to say to Johnny Gomes?
Oh, man, Johnny, where do I start? You helped me learn how to catch, evidently. Learned to help me how to hit. No, but I had to throw a little shade at him. But, no, Johnny's one of my favorite teammates I've ever had. He came in here at 14, brought some new energy. He pushed me onto, like I said, he pushed me in the deep end and got me on the show with you guys. And obviously turned into a bobblehead. It's turned into so many things. Every night at the ballpark, somebody will say, hey, Voter, give us a call. And, maybe give him a little charge or something real quick out of there. But, obviously Johnny's been real special to me. And a lot of the leadership and stuff that he used in the clubhouse, I've kind of taken and making my own as well. And so I have to thank him a lot. I have him to thank a lot.
That's so good. Now, is there somebody now, since now, like you're the Johnny Gomes, you're the veteran, who's a name behind the scenes that we have to be kind of searching that's going to be the next Stephen Vogt? Since we won't have you on as a player anymore, we'll probably be teammates. But who's that one guy behind the scenes that might be really, really funny down there and we can make him famous?
I'm really hoping that Shea Langoliers takes the reins with that. He's a 1,000 times baseball player than I could ever dream of being. But as far as the funny stuff goes, he's got a great sense of humor and a great personality. I think if he can come out of his shell a little bit, he's got a chance to entertain some people on intentional talk. So. And around the baseball world. Noted.
Stephen, I can't shake the one part of Johnny Gomes' special message in referencing your body, and I think viewers notice that your arms are stuck hovering. Is that because your biceps are just too big now?
Catfish bellies.
It is. What happens is like when you're a hand talker, you end up putting here, and for us like kind of borderline husky fellas, if we cover our front, it kind of makes us a little more, you can't just stand here with the boiler sticking out, that's just not a good look. And so if you keep the arms in front and then people can see the forearms and biceps, and I haven't caught too many games the last 5 weeks, so I've been in the gym with strength coach Josh Cuffey working on the the retirement muscles for the beach and everything. So that's what we've got right there.
They're ready, Stephen. Let me tell you, we got the HD cameras. They're ready. So We talk about a lot of your moments on this show. I want to talk about maybe your crowning moment in the show, and that was last year. We talked to you ahead of the clinching game for you and the Atlanta Braves in the World Series, and you said, I believe the Braves are going to win. That ultimately happened. Now, that was my first time being there on the field for a championship clincher, and one of the memories that I will carry with me forever, Stephen, was these pictures that I took of you and your people, your kids, your wife on the field. It was emotional for me, and I don't know your family that well, so I can't imagine the emotions that were rocketing through your body at this moment.
Yeah, I mean, that World Series championship with the Atlanta Braves, and just so thankful to have been traded there to get an opportunity to win a ring. And unfortunately, I was not able to be on the field, because of injury, but to be in that clubhouse, to see what those guys went through, to see how hard they worked, to see how hard everybody came together, and it was a family. And it was one of those things that when that final out was recorded, and I knew that I could say I'm a world champion, and Alyssa and my kids were there, and my dad, and just the tears that came because of all the hard work, all the overcoming all the injuries, all the rehabs, all the times getting released, all the signing minor league deals, fighting your way back, scratching, clawing for every single day in the show that you can get, and to win a ring and to be a world champion. I mean, as you know, Kevin, like there's no greater feeling. I don't care how many home runs you hit. I don't care how many strikeouts you have. When you get the final out of the World Series and you're on the correct side of it, there's no greater feeling in this lifestyle. And so to have that moment on the field with my family and the sacrifices that Alyssa and my kids have made for Dad, just countlessly working and being gone and being away, and to be able to share that with them on the field is something that I will truly cherish for the rest of my life. And of course there was emotions and tears, and they were all phenomenal.
Beautiful.
Now I'm going to turn back the clock now. That some feeling might be almost as good as that feeling you just described. June 28th, 2013, first hit, which obviously was a show homer, which was your first homer as well, of Joe Kelly. What do you remember about this feeling?
Oh, man. So that one was, it had been a year and a half since my debut, and I was 0 for 32. So a couple pop-outs and a lot of ground balls, and wondering if I'd ever get another opportunity to do it. And so to finally get that pitch, it was an 0-2 count. And I remember stepping out saying, you know what, man, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I can ever do this. And I said, you know what, just get in there, be ready for a mistake, and hit it hard when you see it. Unfortunately, made a mistake, and I didn't miss it. And I remember touching first base, and then the next thing I remembered was rounding third, giving Mike Gallego a high five, and I blacked out between first and third base, and teammates greeted me the only way possible, and that's with a silent treatment when you get your first hit and your 33rd at bat. So, yeah, it was time to go from there, but been a long road to get there.
Oh my gosh! And then jump to, and you've been in the show a decade, Stephen. So now fans are wondering. Well, we love Stephen Vogt. We believe forever, even if he's not playing. So what's going to be next? It could be an opportunity on a coaching staff. It could be an opportunity on a TV desk next to us talking torsos. So whatever it is, we want to prepare you for that opportunity with an interview within the interview, Stephen. So Kevin, why don't you take the first question?
Okay, Stephen, so in television, you got to react quickly. So I want you to pretend that Stephen, Nelson, and I just lost our mics, and for 30 seconds, you have to take this. Go.
Hey, sorry, we're having some technical difficulties. We'll get Stephen and Kevin back up as soon as we can. But, we got a lot going on in the baseball world. We got Stephen Vogt retiring, and we're gonna go ahead and go back to him here in a little bit. But let's talk about what's going on in the baseball world. We've got a bunch of races going on right now. We're going to take a look at that American League wild card. We got the 3 teams in, but there's still some standings that are still to be, worked out there. And then we go to the NL East. I mean, what a great weekend that was in Atlanta. We had some great baseball. That's what the matchup that everyone's been looking for, and it did not disappoint. And there the Braves are. They put themselves into a position where they just need one more game, one magic numbers 1 for them to clinch the NL East yet again, as they remain supreme in the East. And I think we got them back.
Mike's back.
Mics are back. Unbelievable work, Stephen Vogt. I would say you're not supposed to give away, in the middle of an interview, your opinion, but so far so great. Secondly, another thing you'll have to do potentially as a TV analyst is put the old breakdown hat on. Look at some footage of some young players who the fans don't know yet, and introduce them to the folks at home. Maybe throw a comp on them. So let's roll some B-roll of this young Sparky and just tell us what you think.
Oh my!
Well, I can't really see the screen right now, so.
It's just a Millar homer, no big deal. Oppo, then I flipped the Phillies in a walk-off in the 10th inning, and then we just got some show tape with some show batting gloves and a show arm guard. Well,
I caught the tail end of that guy running around, and let me say, I feel like that was a young Kevin Millar. I feel like that was a very young little Oppo juice. Anytime you got somebody leaving the yard the other way, you know that power is real, and he's going to have a great job staying through the ball, and that's going to allow him to stay inside the ball really well, which is going to produce a lot of extra base hits in the middle of the field.
Golly, this guy's unbelievable.
It's unbelievable.
All right, you've played for 7 managers in your career. Please pick one of 7 that you played for and compare them to one of the 7 dwarfs from the Snow White of the 7 dwarfs.
Oh, man. I mean, I guess I got to go with current manager Mark Kotze. I got to go with Grumpy sometimes, because Kotze will go from zero to 100 real quick, and he'll just right away he'll snap, and then he's right back down. He's having a normal conversation. So he'll snap, and then he's right back, and it's just out of nowhere. But no, I've loved playing for all 7 guys. I've been so blessed to play for some great people, and I had to throw a little shade at my current manager Mark Kotze, and what a great time I've had playing for him and learning under him this year.
I didn't know Kotze was great with the snaps. I didn't know that. I've always only seen him smiling.
So you see him ground to second base. He was snapped quick.
Fair. All right, Stephen, before we let you go, we have to play you off with a song. Kevin and I aren't singing it. This is something you sang to us on one of your stops here on IT. Play it.
I'm gonna be a mighty king, like no king was before. I'm looking up, I'm looking down, working on my roar.
This is Stephen Vogt, everybody. Hey, Voter. Wow. We can't say thanks enough for all the time you've given to this show, all the memories you've made for it. Congratulations to you and your family on this chapter of your life coming to a close. And we know whatever comes next, you're going to bring the laughs, and you're going to make more memories for us. So thank you.
I really appreciate it. I've had so much fun as a player coming on this show. This is truly one of the best shows on TV, and we as players, we love it. We love seeing each other on there and getting to know the different personalities and seeing it. So thank you, and for providing the opportunity for me to come on. It's been very, very special for me throughout my career. So appreciate you guys very much, and we'll see you down the road somewhere for sure.
Kev, play the bobblehead. Do the bobblehead. First class. Do it before he goes. Play the bobblehead.
First class. Everybody loved up Stephen Vogt. Yeah, Gomes, you're not the only one that has this, Johnny. That's carryover. Carryover.